Dhanyavad Pathak sir,
Pleasure.
and respected dignitaries and distinguished members of the industry. Uh, I 5 to 5 minutes. So I can understand it is very difficult for anybody to listen post lunch session, and particularly just after the lunch. But first of all, let me thanks, and on behalf of Department of Food and Public Distribution, I express my sincere gratitude and thanks to the organizer for inviting us for this occasion. And it gives me immense pleasure to be here today and speak on a matter of a critical national importance, that is the Vegetable Oil Production Availability Regulation Amendment Order 2025. It is commonly referred as VOPPA Regulation 2025. So as you are aware, VOPPA Order 2011 was established under the Essential Commodity Act 1955. The VOPPA Order 2011 mandates the registration of edible oil production units and requires monthly submission of data regarding production, stock level and prices. DFPD, Department of Food and Public Distribution, has introduced a significant amendment to this VOPPA Regulation Order 2011. Why these changes? These regulatory changes needed to align the order with the evolving market dynamics, institutional shifts, and industry needs. These changes were needed for better data collection, better supply chain management, and evidence-based policy formulation, and for the overall stability and security of the edible oil market. बहुत सारे स्पीकर हमारे पहले भी बोले कि पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए गवर्नमेंट की, बट पॉलिसी के लिए हमें डेटा चाहिए, हमें इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए. दैट इज द डेटा कलेक्शन is very important. And this VOPPA Regulation Amendment Order 2025 is designed to create a transparent, accountable and uniform system of monitoring the production, imports, stocking, distribution of edible oil and vegetable oil products in the country. It is not just a legal requirement, it is a strategic tool for the government to ensure fair practices, stable supplies and consumer protection. So let me emphasize what are the key amendments, key elements of this new VOPPA Amendment Order. VOPPA Regulation Order 2025 now incorporates the Collection of Statistical Act 2008. By incorporating this Statistical Act 2008, the amendment ensures the edible oil processors and manufacturers to submit regular and complete data. This will improve the accuracy and timelessness of the information. Secondly, with this amendment, with this incorporation of a statistical act and amendment in the VOPPA order, DFPD will have access to the more granular data, which will help to track the regional trend, supply chain gaps, and production dynamics. And last but not least, the data submission process, it is from the industry side. The data submission process has been streamlined with the revamped VOPPA portal. You have to submit your monthly return on a portal. So this portal has been totally revamped, and this portal is with the intuitive and user-friendly interface. Registration will be done through National Single Window System, and this NSWS portal is for seamless regulatory compliances. Further, the forms are clear and straightforward procedures to submit your returns will ensure efficiency and reduced burden on the processors and the manufacturers. So, what we are going to achieve through this VOPPA amendment order? First is the data transparency and accuracy. The edible oil industry, for too long, the edible oil industry sector has suffered from the absence of real-time and reliable data on production, imports, and stock position. This lack of visibility often leads to price volatility, hoarding, and market speculation. So, the VOPPA addresses this gap by requiring monthly production and stock returns, which creates a strong database for evidence-based policy formulation. With accurate data, government can take timely corrective measures to avoid supply disruption and sudden price shocks. Second element of this VOPPA amendment is this consumer protection and price stability. As you can understand, you will appreciate that edible oil is an essential commodity. Any fluctuation in its price directly impacts the household budgets, particularly those of poor and middle class. By regulating this sector through VOPPA, government can act swiftly to stabilize prices, ensure adequate availability, and prevent artificial shortages. And this VOPPA order is aligned with the national food security goal. So, what are the new component, new modifications under this VOPPA order? First, the monthly return and reporting. Every producer, as per the old VOPPA order, every producer was required to furnish monthly returns by 7th of the succeeding month. Now, it is 15th of the every month. This is the new change. Second, in new VOPPA order, repackers are also required to submit data, as repackers have been treated as producers in order to capture data on quantity of oil available in the country at any given point of time. And this amendment is also beneficial for the industry. The company will now be able to download its monthly submitted data in Excel or PDF format. Over time, as more and more units will submit their returns, individual units will be able to view the edible oil production and stock status in their respective states alongside the national scenario, and means all these things in their own dashboard. So, actually we need a bridge between the industry and government. A regulation is only as strong as implementation. And implementation succeeds only when there is a trust and collaboration between the stakeholders. This is where I would like to emphasize there is need to bridge between the edible oil industry and the government of India. The edible oil industry is diverse. It includes farmers, oil seeds farmers producing oil seeds, refiners, vanaspati manufacturers, importers, traders, repackers, and distribution. On the other side, government. There is a government which is tasked with ensuring public welfare, price stability, and consumer protection. and both sides are interdependent. If they work in silos, regulation become a mere paperwork. But if we work together, the sector can truly become a pillar of economic growth and food security. So, I would like to remind the industries who do not have VOPPA registration certificate, please, you will have to register themselves in NSWS, National Single Window System first, then apply for VOPPA registration certificate by uploading the required documents. These documents are the FSSI license, certificate, Schedule 1 plant and machinery details. And after that, the VOPPA certificate would be generally issued within 7 working days. On getting the registration certificate along with the VOPPA ID and password, the industry can start filing their returns. And for those industries who have the VOPPA registration certificate, means those who have already have this VOPPA registration certificate, are required to file their returns in the revamped portal. As the old portal has ceased to exist, the revamped portal is www.EdibleOilIndia.in. And it is mentioned that it is mandatory to file return every month. Therefore, all industries may obtain VOPPA registration, which is free of cost. VOPPA Regulation Amendment Order 2025 is milestone in ensuring transparency, accountability, and fairness of this vital sector. And its true potential, its true potential can only be realized if government and industry stand together, share information honestly, and work in partnership. So let us bridge a bridge of trust, a bridge of cooperation and shared vision, a bridge where regulation is not seen as a barrier, but as a guiding framework to achieve stability, growth, and food security for all Indians. And I am confident that with collective will, sincerity and openness, we can transform the edible oil sector into a model of cooperation between industry and government, serving both the nations and its people. I have a very small, I think, half-a-minute video. Kindly view the video. It is on the VOPPA thing. Can I?
Welcome to registration under VOPPA order. That is Vegetable Oil Products Production and Availability Regulation Amendment Order 2025, notified on the 1st of August 2025 with the inclusion of Collection of Statistics Act 2008, which makes any producer and repackers intending to manufacture, stock or sell vegetable oil products, solvent extracted oil, expeller oil and blended oils mandatory for registered under VOPPA through the National Single Window System, NSWS, a digital platform to guide VOPPA registration. The edible oil industry stands at a pivotal moment with VOPPA, an updated regulation order. Now becomes vital for our nation's food security and industrial strength. Every report filed is a building block towards a self-reliant India. Together, we can ensure transparency and efficiency in the supply chain. We'll shape a future where every drop of oil is accounted for. An informed, empowered, and stronger India. VOPPA is not just a regulation order, but a movement towards progress. By leveraging technology, we can bridge gaps and build a resilient industry. To ensure India's edible oil security and stability, it is vital for the industry to submit accurate monthly production and stock data promptly. This will facilitate all units to get consolidated nationwide information of vegetable oil. VOPPA, empowering India, one data point at a time. Register your edible oil units under VOPPA through nsws.gov.in and become a part of building self-reliant India.
I think the video will be very useful for all the industry members. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So I request Pathak sir, please give this memento for our amazing speaker, sir.
एंड इसी दौरान आप सभी से हम तालियों की गुजारिश भी करना चाहेंगे। Thank you so very much, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen.